Well, welcome back for your mid-month read. We're going to have a look at your love domain. Those of you who are new, a big warm welcome. Those of you who have returned, hi. Now, if you are needing a booking, the link is directly below. Also, I will be live on YouTube during the month. Have a wonderful Christmas and a Happy New Year, if I haven't mentioned it. And I've also pulled energies for earth, air, fire, water, depending upon who you're thinking about, who you're in love with, and what your connection is coming through energetically on both sides. Now, Libra, you have an interesting read. Now, I feel you guys this year have gone through a mass transformation. And that's for rising signs as well and Venus house. So regardless, you know, the frequency of what's coming through is mirrored soul. So it can be that you've really reflected upon aspects in other individuals and really undergone a transformation very separately to a counterpart energy. But very much the crowning energy for you spiritually is this. It can be in an aspect of an assessment, how you feel about this individual, and really it crowning by mid-month coming through for you. So you're really intuitively thinking about it. It's on your mind and you're wondering where to go from here. In your frequency, you do believe in yourself, in a connection, in the way you have transformed. You believe in a situation. I'll leave it at that for this stage. I'll tune into it a bit further as I go. You're also very realistic about where there was lack in the connection, which is at the heart of the matter. It can be that you're actually communicating with this individual or meditating upon that frequency. But really had to believe in yourself due to this transformative time, you know, in the stage of retrogrades we've had, Venus retrograde, and really meditating upon what we're going into in the new year and what way left, right to go. But at the heart of the matter, it was like, wow, you know, some aspects of power was taken away. Definitely you had to believe in yourself and go back inside yourself to get the balance back within. Really coming to a place where, and it's interesting, I never really noticed that. I'll tell you in a minute. Okay. At the heart of the matter, knowing that there was a lack of potential for growth where it stood at the point it did. Now, interestingly enough, the card in Mirrored Soul calculates to 3. For some of you, there might have been a third-party situation. 2 is company, 3 is a crowd. One might have been balanced, the other one may not have been in duality. So something in a sense of the heart chakra is being activated, and it can be telepathic communication that you guys actually have going on. Now, the timeout might have been necessary due to this. You may currently still be in the timeout phase. It may be that you need timeout to assess it if you are in fact communicating the aspect of where the lack was within the connection, if you're directly communicating with the individual. It can be also you just physically meditating upon it, you know, currently in a situation of a timeout factor while you've been going through your ascension and your transformation. Now, these are general reads for love in general. So what comes through is what comes through. I will be developing a channel that is going to be just twin flame, although I'll keep the readings on here for soulmate twin flames regardless. Your crown energy, it's like you're really meditating upon it. You've had your activation of your crown, but it can be that it's been a headache. You know, going through the transformation and really going through your ascension process has been quite difficult. You do have the gratitude towards the transformation. You do see the blessing in disguise through it, all within this direct connection. And again, it can be that you have direct telepathic connection in with this person, be it they know it or they don't. Now, I do feel moving in for you guys, currently where your energy stands, there are going to be some choices that you're going to need to make, or you feel you're at a crossroad and you need to make some choices. I feel some of you, if you've had communication, the choice is yours as to how you're going to directly deal with your life, which is true. You know, Shelley has been very lovely to me. A favourite saying that we have coming through, and, you know, I meet lovely people on YouTube, it's a you problem, it's not a me problem. It's really knowing, you know, once you've evolved, not interrupting your frequency to a point where you're taking on other situations that you completely have no control over, and really accepting that to a point that you become more understanding. And a lot of the times, you know, if you go through a breakup, something in your 3D life will directly teach you something about yourself that perhaps in a fact of an energy or a frequency you portrayed to another, it directly happens to you, and it's a very humbling frequency. Now, if you're directly dealing with an earth sign, within the connection, there's going to be success and growth. It may have been from August onwards moving to now. They'd been really working on themselves. It might have been that communication had stood still, or that, you know, it's an infinite connection where no matter what you do, it's going to grow. There is growth within this person's life, very separate to you. At times, I feel they may have felt that you abandoned them, or vice versa. But I feel it was incredibly necessary for them to have that heart chakra activation, the transformation and perspective I'm hearing. If you're directly dealing with an air sign, they're really recouping. And again, they've worked very hard, similar to your frequency, really mirroring each other in a sense that their life had tower moments, and where they're standing, it's like they're really recovering before they put the last brick on the house. Really, the 9 moving into the next frequency. And again, it can be due to Christmas, New Year's. There's the pause and the recuperation to move forward into the new year. If you're dealing with an air sign, it can be they're still working on their heart chakra, but they do have a deep connection for you, but you make them feel nervous that this was the aspect and the reason why the movement was delayed, or currently the movement is delayed. It might be they're dealing with their blockage in their heart chakra. Again, if you meditate upon them and you think of them, if you directly listen to heart chakra music, my cat's going to meow. This should help. Water signs. Okay. Vitality. There was something in their energy where they're very run down. And it's not so much I'm feeling, let me tune into it a bit further. No. This is my life. My cat talks to me. She's my BFF. Interestingly enough, in your card, like I was saying, the 2 on your side or their side, however this sits, male or female, one was more balanced than the other. The other with the 1 needed that duality inside them. This is very relevant for the water signs connected to you, and probably for the fire signs more on your side than theirs. But it can go vice versa, but one or the other. With water signs, it feels they're very run down. That the connection was not the problem. It was something in their 3D life, in a sense of a blockage within their chakras over physically you as a person. And sometimes with the spiritual connection, it's very hard to understand that, especially when we're in that transformative stage, seeking that information, you know, on Google, YouTube, and it's like, I'm not balanced, I need to do work. It wasn't that it was you, it was something needed to be tied up and the chakras needed to be cleared. That's where it stands at this point. I do feel if you're having communication with any of these individuals, these are going to be the subject matters. Does that make sense? So the growth within their life and how it's transformed for earth signs. They're requiring rest and recuperation, that they've been exhausted in their life for the air signs. Leo, their fairs connection to love and what has transpired in theirs. And water signs that, you know, the recuperation they needed to undergo was connected to the demise and the connection, not necessarily you as per se. With you personally, I'm feeling then you're left with a choice, okay, that you can take it or leave it and build upon it. But I do feel you have a choice that you need to make, but you're going to be using, you're seeing the bigger picture, and especially with the crown, okay? And I'll leave it there before my cat kills me. Love and light. Happy New Year.